A mostly cloudy good morning to you. I hope your day is going well for you, wherever you might be. Terry Henne here at Radio Center, along with Matthew Lester, looking at the light snow that's coming down. Some of you picking up a little bit more than 3 inches over the last 24 hours. A lot of activity overnight and early this morning. It does appear as though as we go through the remainder of the day today, we are continuing to see that opportunity of looking at some snow showers, snow flurries. But I think by the time we roll into the nighttime hours, we will be looking at clear skies and temperatures once again will be kicking down into the single digits. Overnight last night, our high temperature for the day, as we thought, was at 11:59 p.m. We did make it up to 16 degrees. And then our overnight low right after 12 o'clock was 16 degrees. And we've been climbing ever since. Matthew, temperature-wise, where are we right now?
Right now, over at the airport, there's light snow at 21 degrees. Over in Midland, we have some flurries, also at 21. Here at Radio Center, there's light snow at 19 degrees. We have northwest winds at 7 miles per hour, and our pressure's at 30.04, and it's rising.
Pretty much all across the lower peninsula, temperatures ranging anywhere from 18 to 22 degrees, maybe a couple of 23s, and that's it. I think we'll pick up a couple, 3 more degrees here. 25 is what we're looking at for projected high. You take a look at the upper peninsula, temperature's a little bit cooler. The warmest right now appears to be 19 degrees, and that is at Newberry. The coldest in the upper peninsula, and we do have 2 in the single digits. Sawyer Gwynn's at 9, Iron Mountain's at 9, Houghton's at 8, and Ironwood is currently at 2 degrees. Why? Because the skies are pretty much clear in the upper peninsula. Very few of the reporting stations are telling us they have clouds. There is a little bit of light snow, especially in the eastern third of the upper peninsula, but everybody else is looking at partly sunny. Ironwood, though, does have some intermittent clouds and light snow, and they are looking at, as I said, that 2 degrees. Overnight snowfall, especially southeast Michigan, picking up a little bit more. Right now at MBS International, they say we have 3 inches on the ground there, picking up about 1.5 inches in the last 24 hours. Flint Bishop Airport, 1.6 inches. White Lake picked up just under 2 inches of snow. And right now, they say they have 8 inches of snow on the ground. Over in Huron County, looking at 5 inches of snow over many of the reporting stations. Tuscola County, Cass City, they say they have 6 inches. They picked up 3 inches overnight. Caro picking up 2 inches overnight. Over in the Thumb, they did pick up a little bit more snow than in some spots, but we did have some unofficial reports in the Midland area of 3.5 inches over the last 24 hours. Owasso picked up about 1.5 inches. They say they have 5. Lapeer has 6 inches of snow officially on the ground. Richmond in Macomb County is looking at about 5 inches on the ground. And obviously, the further north you get, the more snow is being reported. So what is going to happen? Well, we've got a high pressure that is going to be influencing our skies here later this afternoon and tonight. And by that, I mean it is going to clear things out. We're looking for a low of 7 with a west breeze about 7-8 miles per hour. So nothing real dramatic when it comes to cold temperatures, but it is single digits, and we're looking at about 7-8 degrees below where we should be this time of the year. We have a west wind that will be changing, becoming more northwesterly as we go through the day. The reason for that change is going to be a weak front. We'll be moving through, and behind that front, it'll be a west-northwest wind, and it will lighten up quite a bit. So there still will be a chance of some snow shower, snow flurry activity around sunset, maybe a couple of hours after that. And then as we approach midnight, things will begin to clear off. Tomorrow, we're going to be looking at 22 for a high, sun and cloud mix. There will be a chance late Friday afternoon, Friday night of some widely scattered snow showers. The best chance of that, though, is going to be in northern Michigan and in the southwest corner of the lower peninsula. We will have a wind change tomorrow. It'll be coming out of the southwest, but very light, 7-8 miles per hour. That's it. 22 is going to be our high tomorrow. 12 will be our low tomorrow night with that mix of sun and clouds. Saturday, warming right up above normal as far as temperatures go. We're going to be looking at 32 with mostly cloudy skies. We'll have a southwest wind gusting to 30 miles per hour. So even though we will be at 32, 33 for a high, we will have a wind chill to contend with. Our low on Saturday night with clearing skies will be 20. I say clearing because we'll see some cracks in the clouds Saturday night and into the day on Sunday. Sunday will start off with more in the way of clouds, but then partly cloudy skies as we move through the day. Middle 20s for a high. So as you can tell, after looking at 32, 33 degrees on Saturday, we do have that front that will be moving through on the weekend. So it'll lower us down to about 24, 25 for a high on Sunday. But Sunday night, we're not going to drop off all that much, if at all. Maybe with a high of 25, we'll have a low on Sunday night of 22, but that's going to be it. We're going to have two high pressures influencing our weather on Sunday. One over Tennessee, the other over northeastern Kansas. The two working together is what's going to generate a major storm down along the Gulf once again. The only difference between that storm and the one that they have seen with all of the snow is going to be anywhere from 1 to 3 inches of rain for that part of the country. And they're going to be looking at a high on Saturday where it was 9 degrees yesterday morning. Their high on Saturday will be 60, and on Sunday they're going to be looking close to 70 degrees for a high down along the Gulf. So talk about changeable weather. That's Dakota-like weather, where within 24 hours, things really change dramatically. Moving into the work week next week, there will be a chance of some snow showers around on Monday, especially later in the day on Monday and Monday night. 32 is going to be our high on Monday, 18 for a low on Monday night. Tuesday, upper 20s, Wednesday, low 30s. Throughout the period, the best chance of seeing snow to start the week off is going to be late in the day on Monday and Monday night. So opening Snowfest on Wednesday the 29th, where we will be in the warming tent with the All Things Chocolate competition. We're going to be looking at a high temperature of 32 degrees. So we're not going to have to worry about the bitter cold, but thank goodness for the warming in the warming tent. It will be a little cool. So if you plan on joining us, dress accordingly. Record high in this state, 57. That was set way back in 1909 and tied in 1967. The record low of 13 below zero was set in 1948. Incidentally, the coldest ever, 23rd of January, was 1963. 3 was our high, 11 below zero was our low. The warmest ever, 1967. As we said, our high temperature was 57. Our low was 38. More on the weather as we go through the broadcast. Standing by, who do we have, Matthew?
Up next, we have Melinda Sweeney with the Andersons, and we also have Doug Klein from Oppenheimer.
But before we get to them, we want to remind you, the weather forecast brought to you by the folks at Nutrien Ag Solutions.
Nutrien Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus, unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrien Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrienagsolutions.com.
They say there's a secret to growing a great crop. At Nutrien Ag Solutions, they beg to differ. It all starts with a strong foundation, and when it comes to fertilizer, there's no question that Titan XE drives dry fertilizer performance. They've been unlocking the potential in every prill of dry fertilizer with biocatalyst technology for over a decade. Visit lpi.ag/Titan or contact your Nutrient Ag Solutions crop consultant to drive your crop's potential today. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Weiss Equipment in Frankenmuth. They've got those farm-all tractors ready to go, anywhere from 35 to 140 horsepower, and they'll work for you whatever size you need. Weiss Equipment will pair you up with the size farm-all tractor you do need, because Can-Do comes in red, and that farm-all tractor will work overtime for you. Anywhere from the value-packed compact farm-all A all the way up to the deluxe compact farm-all C and C series with cabs. See them today. Farm-all tractors available at Weiss Equipment in Frankenmuth, doing it right longer. We mentioned about the All Things Chocolate competition. We want to say thank you very much to our co-sponsors of the event. Michigan Sugar Company, our contestants will be receiving bags of Pioneer sugar, and also our winners will be receiving bags of Nightingale flour, all compliments of Star of the West, keeping the valley growing since 1870. Let's find out what's going on as far as our markets go. First of all, over to Melinda Sweeney at the Andersons. Melinda, we gave it up a little bit yesterday. What happened?
Yeah, we're up 7 today on corn, 9 3/4 on beans, and 1 on wheat. Starting corn, March corn showed some weakness this morning, but it's making a comeback after dipping about 4 cents on the overnight low. JFK Jr. has proposed a ban on high fruit corn syrup for human consumption, which could impact the U.S. corn market. Is what a little production is, about 1.3 to 1.4 billion bushels of corn annually for high fructose corn syrup production. Thus far, corn futures have climbed 25 cents in the March futures. On the bean front, March soybeans are rebounding from their overnight lows of $10.47 or $10.47 and 3/4, where they traded down about 8 cents. Brazil's halted some soybean shipments to China due to some contamination concerns. From what I've seen in reporting, they don't think that will be long. They just have to pretty much report why there was contamination. March soybeans lost about 1/3 of Tuesday's gains after some reports surfaced that President Trump is eyeing February 1 to impose a 10% tariff on Chinese imports. As we know, Trump likes to use tariff tactics as a negotiation tactic. So until we really see these things get implemented, the market hasn't seemed to react too much to any of that. From the wheat front, wheat is trading lower this morning with overnight prices fluctuating ranging from 4 to 6 cents. Today's dips follows yesterday's selling pressure, which knocked Kansas City and Chicago wheat prices well off their inter-traded Tuesday highs. So wheat continues to lag behind corn and soybeans, both point to a near record gap between managed money's net short position in the wheat and its long position in corn. So a lot of uncertainty, a lot of things to get worked out as we move through the next couple of weeks here. We have South America harvest starting at a slower than normal pace. We also have them getting ready to plant their safrinha crop, which their deadline typically is like February 20th for that. So all eyes are on what the U.S. government is doing, what is happening in our wheat plains, and what is happening in South America.
We've got a lot of wild cards flying out there, don't we?
We sure do. This year will be no different.
Boy, I guess. So right now on the board at the Andersons, what do you have?
Yeah, right now we have nearby corn at $4.45. I'd call your local merchant to talk about some April, May, June, July pricing. We have new crop corn at $4, nearby soybeans at $10.21. New crop soybeans, I'm sorry, that was January soybeans at $10.21. New crop soybeans, $9.90. New crop red wheat, $5.13, and new crop white wheat at $5.53.
Wonderful. You have a great day, okay?
Yeah, you guys too.
Will do. Melinda Sweeney over at the Andersons. Doug Klein from Oppenheimer joining us right now to give us input as to what the Chicago markets are doing, not only the ag futures, but some of the other related issues. Market report brought to you by the Frankenmuth Credit Union. They're ready to help with lines of credit, equipment loans, financing for purchasing land, credit cards, and more. Stop by any of their conveniently located offices, and they've got plenty of them out there, to see how they can become your hometown financial solution. Find out more by going to frankenmusecu.org and by Legendary Tree Care, trimming, tree removal. Legendary Tree Care can do it. No job is too big or too small. They are fully licensed and insured, and they do specialize in those big projects. Check them out. LegendaryTreeCare.com or like them on Facebook. Doug Klein, good morning.
Good morning.
Slip sliding away from the home to the office today.
Yeah, I got to tell you, Saginaw County did way better than Tuscola County on M46 there.
You're telling me.
Big time.
It was a little interesting this morning.
Uh-huh.
But
Yep.
we made it. Yeah, we
Yep.
did. Kicked in the 4-wheel drive.
Yeah,
let the
just
good
be
times
cool.
roll. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yep. But as far as the markets go, stock market's doing okay. Still chugging ahead. A lot of banks hitting all-time highs today. Visa, Citi, J.P. Morgan, Goldman Sachs, all of them hitting all-time highs. Deere hit an all-time high today, 473 or so. I don't even think they need to make tractors anymore. They just print money pretty much. It's just, it's all good. And that on that front, Visa also, I said, hit a new high today. They just print money too. It's easy when it's that easy. You got to wonder how. You got to wonder where we're at. But
one of these days we're going to run out of ink.
I know you think.
Boy.
Man. Trump is over in the World Economic Forum today talking about demanding interest rates go down. I don't know if he can do that, but that's what he's talking. So we'll see. We'll see if that plays out. On the negative side, ConAgra hit a new low today. They're still hurting. Hershey hit a new low. They still really haven't been able to hedge their cocoa consumption, and maybe they're caught in the middle of $2 candy bars and all that going on. I noticed that consumers in Detroit Edison were under a little bit of pressure yesterday. Now they've had a great year over the last 12 months, so maybe it's just profit taking, or maybe it's more to do with their exposure to solar and windmills. As we know, he's talking about putting less money supporting that arena. So, and of course, anything in the electric car business is hurting still today. So it's just quite interesting anyway. So here's your numbers. March corn, 492.5, up 8 1/4. September corn, 465.5, up 4.5. The March soybeans, 1066, up 10. The September soybeans, 1056 1/4, up 9. The March wheat is 554 3/4, up 3/4 of a penny. And then September wheat is 592 1/4, up 1/4 of a penny. Crude oil, 74.66, down 78 cents. Heating oil, 240.5, down 2.2 cents. Gasoline, 205.5, down 0.2 cents. Natural gas is 342 3/4. That's down 7.8 cents. Over to currencies, Canadian dollar, a U.S. dollar buys $1.4349 Canadian. That's down 26 ticks. The dollar buys 155.87 yen. That's down 66 ticks. The euro's at 104.22. That's up 15 ticks. The dollar's at 108.19. That's up 3 ticks. And I had heard that has turned around and is heading down. So we'll see how that goes. So gold is at $27.60.20, down $10.70. Silver's $30.55, down 74 cents. Platinum's $953.40, down $5.70. Copper is $4.31, up a penny.
So
Freeport had their earnings today, so they're a big copper producer and all that, and they were not very good. So they're down a couple bucks,
so
pretty close to a low for the year.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a drop there. I'm just real curious how long is it going to take before these gas prices start to drop?
Yeah, they're really quick to get them up.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm wondering
when
about...
do your points expire? I'll tell you that. Day after your points expire.
Isn't that the truth?
Man.
I'm just kind of curious because some of us are going to have to replenish that gas or that diesel here, kind of getting ready for spring planting. And I'm just wondering what the timing is going to be. So
Mm-hmm.
just have to keep our ears open, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Absolutely.
Doug, you take care. Have a good one. All right.
Thanks. Yep.
Doug Klein over at Oppenheimer. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Freeland Bean and Grain, your Dairyland seed dealer. Justin Varner is a busy guy these days. He's been fielding a lot of calls, a lot of folks checking out on pricing. Might be a good idea to get a hold of him today and see what he can do for you. Dairyland Seed, they've got seed with your name on it from your friends at Freeland Bean and Grain since 1983. We're serving you is their business. You know, the folks at the Rummel Insurance Agency understand the risk that you face as a Michigan farm and agribusiness owner. They also know that each farm's needs vary like the crops in the field. They know you're more than a number. They know you have a family, goals, dreams for the future, and how important these things are to you. They do want to get to know you one-on-one so they can help get the right farm insurance protection for you and your family. So check them out today. The Rummel Agency, with offices in Frankenmuth, Saginaw, and Caro. Do we have Joe on the line with us right now, Matt?
Yes, we do.
Joe Kramer with the Michigan Bean Commission. And Joe, you all queued up on your Spanish. I understand you're down in Mexico.
I am in Mexico, but after all these years, I'm still, I can find the bathroom and I can probably order a meal, but that's about it for Spanish. I guess I can say, how are you going to pay us? I've learned that one too. So
yeah, I'd learned that one real quick.
Yeah, for sure.
So what's going on down in Mexico? What's happening with the bean folks?
Well, this is our annual conference that the U.S. Dry Bean Council puts on every year, and it's a great opportunity for buyers and sellers to get together. So this kicks off tonight, and we have folks from, of course, Mexico, but also Costa Rica, the Dominican, Colombia, El Salvador, I think, has got some people here. So you do learn a lot. I think we're going to talk a little bit off on the side about tariffs and potential tariffs and all of those types of things that are a bit unknown to both buyer and seller right now. So a lot of interest in U.S. beans, Michigan beans, but some uncertainty as well. So we came off a heavy shipment year caused by, to our benefit, caused by their drought in Mexico, and trying to figure out where we're going to land this year in terms of shipments. But so far, I think everybody's been shipping pretty steady. We just anxious to see how that rolls into new crop.
That's what I was wondering, Joe, because at one time we were a little concerned that we were going to be able to get rid of some of the crop that we have. But by the sounds of it, the exports have been pretty good.
Well, everything's been steady. I think we're still probably heavy. We've probably got a bigger supply than we need of black beans across the U.S. Probably a little heavy on black beans. I think navy beans are in good shape. Supply-demand ratio. New crop pricing feels like it's about $10 a bag less than it was last year as early indications, but that's driven on in addition to the potential carryover, the competition from corn and soybeans as well.
So at this stage of the game, all eyes looking for a respectable year in 2025?
Yeah, I think so. I'd encourage growers to, as usual, be talking to your favorite marketing folks and make sure you're in tune when they have an opportunity to book something, that you at least know about it and get a chance to say yay or nay to it. I think there's been a little bit done already, but a lot of contracting to go yet, I believe. And I think buyers and sellers are both trying to figure out exactly where they ought to be. Buyers are, as usual, buyers want it to be a little bit cheaper than growers want to sell at. And so we got to find the common ground there.
Joe, you take care. Safe trip back. We'll talk to you again soon, okay?
Thanks, Terry.
You bet. Joe Kramer, Executive Director of the Michigan Bean Commission. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at the Michael Sarr Crop Insurance Agency. They are licensed to serve all of Michigan with both conventional and organic crop insurance. You can get a hold of their agents on their cell for questions or emergencies, or you can call the office, 989-868-4722. the Michael Sarr Crop Insurance Agency. Matthew, who do we have on tap now?
Up next, we have Jerry Samolsky from the Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville.
Jerry's off to the convention over in the Grand Rapids area. Good morning, Jerry. How you doing?
Good morning, Terry. What a great day we've had here. We've been inside for 3 days, so I don't know what the weather's like. Been outside too much, but boy, inside it's been a lot of information going on. The next one we're going to hear is Don't Panic, It's Organic, and about some organic ways to take care of some pest issues. It's just been one topic after another of what products to use, new plants, new equipment. Just saw a nice little device that will battery powered. It'll create a suction, and you can lift a 6,000-pound rock.
Really?
So, I mean, the technology is all over, all kinds of software products. It's just so much to swallow over here. And like, we don't go to Mexico on our junkets, but this is a time that in your agricultural field, you go to seminars, you get smart, you meet your peers, and you try and figure out how to do business better.
That sounds great. Jerry, take care. Safe trip back, and we'll talk to you again next week, all right?
Very good, Terry.
Jerry Samolsky, Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Quality Roasting of Reese, offering competitive, consistent prices for your soybeans. Give them a call for a quote today. Speaking of quotes, Teresa DeVoe over at Baird & Company joining us right now. What's going on in New York, Teresa?
Bit of a mixed market today with the Dow Jones Industrial Average up 255 points at 44,412, 277 million shares traded. NASDAQ down 37 points at 19,971, 501 million shares traded there. Some stocks of local interest include Caterpillar at 407.70, up 10.09, Deere 470.91, up 11.16, CMS Energy 66.39, down 21, Dow 41.32, up 50, DuPont 78.03, up 41, Corteva 63.38, up 88, General Motors 53.83, up $1.08, Trinzio 4.24, down a dime, Walmart 92.46, down 78, Huntington Bank 16.94, up 8, Independent Bank 36.47, up $1.67, and AT&T at 22.51, up 19.
Teresa, you have a great day. Thank you so much.
You bet.
Teresa DeVoe over at Baird & Company. High Fidelity Genetics, non-GMO seed corn and soybeans that qualify for organic production available at High Fidelity Genetics. You get high quality, high yielding seed at half the price. And test plots prove that that is the case. For more information, just go to highfidelitygenetics.com or call them at 515-434-7333. Back at 12:30 with an update. Now we conclude our program with the playing of our national anthem, brought to you by Euclid Avenue Coin in Bay City.
Broadcasting from the Stormmaster Exterior Studios, WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW-FM, Carlton,